Welcome to the next edition of the Multifamily Investor Nation Summit Speaker Intro Series. With us today is Henry Lai. Henry, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Dan.
Well, Henry, I want you to get us started and talk to the listeners a little bit about yourself and your background in this multifamily space.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first, my background, I developed my career in the healthcare industry. So I was working in a variety of roles, finance, marketing, and management consulting. So in my day job, I'm a director of corporate strategy for a major medical diagnostics company right now, where I evaluate opportunities for the company for the company to invest in. So, as you can see, there are a lot of transferable skills for multifamily. Now, to get started in multifamily, I first had to educate myself. So, I started going to a lot of real estate meetups and RIAs and just trying to understand what were all the different things that people were doing to make money in real estate. So, I was talking to people who did different things. There were wholesalers, there were fix and flippers, people who worked in tax liens and, people who just bought a lot of single family homes. So I got my real estate license also in Jersey and in New York, just trying to learn more and more. And I started as an agent at Keller Williams. So anyway, I finally started meeting folks in the large multifamily space in meetups and also on bigger pockets, which, although there aren't too many large multifamily people on bigger pockets, it's growing. It's growing. I just figure, you got to surround yourself around the right people, the people who are doing what you want to do. So I started going to these multifamily conferences and joined a whole bunch of groups. So, as I met them and, I started working with one of the top guys in the industry, an expert in multifamily syndication. I learned from him and, I started playing a role on some of the deals. And as I went to more and more conferences, I just met more and more people that I wanted to partner with. So that's how I got started in multifamily.
Well, that's exciting, and I know a lot of people, are kind of going through that same route right now, and they love hearing those kind of stories. And one thing I will tell everybody is I'm not driving right now, so you might be thinking I am, but I'm not. So I have my son there in the background. I have a friend of mine there driving the vehicle, so I'm not driving. So I guess I'm staring into the camera, but I'm not driving. So, well, Henry, talk to us a little bit about what you're going to be speaking on at the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in my multifamily real estate journey, I've learned so much. And, up till now, I think that I've been a part of 4 deals, co-owner of 1,425 units, and just partnering with a bunch of different people. And I wanted to really speak on the top 10 things that I learned in getting started in multifamily real estate. Some things that, may not be intuitive to people and may not be in the books. It's really just my personal experience. So for example, there are all different areas where you can get started. I actually think that most people should get started with underwriting. And the reason for that is I think it's really important to understand the deal that you're getting into, no matter which role you're going to play in. And the reason is, how do you know it's a good deal that you're getting into, unless you understand the underwriting? So things like that, I would say another example is, a lot of people, they think that raising capital is a great way to get into the business. I would agree that it's a great avenue, but I would just kind of explain the different ramifications that come along with it. For example, it's a really long-term commitment to your partners and to your investors. So if you're going to raise capital, expect that you're in this business for, 3 to 5 years, and that you're continuously communicating with your investors and with those partners for the next 3 to 5 years. And, it's a long-term commitment and it's a risk to your reputation. So it's not as easy as, oh, I'll just get started and raise capital, So I just want to talk about a few of those things that may not seem that apparent, to people who are just getting started. But for me, I think after going through, I'd say a year and a half, 2 years of this, that I have found to be really great learnings that, in speaking to people, they're like, hey, that's really, really valuable. If you could share that with a bunch of folks, I think, they would really enjoy that, especially since they're getting started out in this space.
Why do you feel like it's important for someone to attend an event like this?
Well, I think that, I get a lot of investors asking me, how is a quick way to get started? How is a quick way for me to just get up to speed in the space? Because the more I learn about it, the more I know that I just don't understand so much about it. And I tell them, if you were to just go to a multifamily conference, that you would meet a ton of people. You can get the basics on so much of multifamily and all the different tracks and courses that are available. And I know, so many people are really busy these days that it's hard to, fly out to a conference, spend, 2, 3, 4 days just attending a conference because, they have their day jobs, they have their families. Well, the Multifamily Summit is a really innovative way to do this because it's all online. So I love the fact that people can attend from the convenience of their own home. They can get access to the recordings afterwards. They can fast forward, they can rewind, listen to it again, and they can still network with all the people who are part of this conference, but just online. It's just the use of modern technology to do what we normally do, in our conferences. So I've told a lot of my investors that I really think that this is a great way for them to learn about multifamily, really in a very quick fashion, and also to get to know a lot of people in this space.
And you actually have a special promo code that you can share that will allow people who are listening right now to get $100 off their tickets.
That's right. That's right. So if you guys will sign up with the code Henry, you can get $100 off.
$100 off. And for those of you who have been sitting on the fence, now's your chance. Go to mfinsummit.com, put in the promo code Henry. And thank you so much, Henry, for joining us today. Looking forward to hearing your session at the summit coming up here in the next couple of days.
Thanks so much, Dan. Looking forward to it. Thanks for the opportunity.